Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. Oh, ow, ouch, that hurt. Man, I'm getting old. You may notice that I'm not in my normal setup. I'm actually in a hotel for work and I got the cheapest hotel I could find and this one's like really fancy. I'm looking around like, dang, this is really nice. But no worries, I will be back in my normal setup soon. But today I want to talk all about getting rid of dark spots, vitamin C, the benefits, all of that. Also, sorry if you hear traffic noises in the background. Apparently when I film a video, the world goes on as normal. Ugh, it's so annoying and so rude. I've talked a little bit about vitamin C on my channel, but it's something that I haven't talked a ton about, and I feel like, you know what, that needs to change. For anyone who's really into vitamin C, who wants to know all the deets, who wants to know the product recommendations, this one's for you, boo. So let's get into it. This video is also sponsored in part by Skin & Lab, so if you want to learn more, make sure you stay tuned. So, why is vitamin C so popular? Vitamin C is an ingredient that is very well researched. It brightens hyperpigmentation, sunspots, and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is the dark spots that you get after you have a breakout or acne. I get those a lot. They're super freaking annoying. Vitamin C first is a great antioxidant. Antioxidant protection is so important because every single day we face these things called free radicals. And what free radicals do is they want to make us look as damaged and as old as possible. Not that there's anything wrong with being old, but if you're in your early 20s like I am, I'm not in my early 20s. I'm almost 25. Try to forget. I'm not gonna let myself cry. Well, even if you're not in your early 20s like me, I would, not like to look a lot older than I am. And free radicals can not only age you fast, they increase skin damage, they can cause sensitivity and irritation, and what antioxidants do is help to essentially put a shield on us to make sure we're fighting off those free radicals. Vitamin C can also really help minimize the signs of aging. So as you can see, there's a lot of benefits to vitamin C. Oh, see, vitamin C. That was a lame pun. Now, vitamin C is one of those incredible ingredients, but it's a little bit complicated because there's multiple forms of vitamin C. I personally recommend 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. That is where we get to today's sponsor. I've mentioned Skin & Lab on my channel before, but one of my favorite products from them is their vitamin C brightening serum. Initially, I overlooked this one because I was like, oh, it's probably pure ascorbic acid, and I don't know if I want my product to go bad quickly. But this one has that stabilized form of vitamin C, which made me warm up to it a lot more. Not to mention the other ingredients it's paired with. I tend to go for vitamin C products that have a blend of multiple types of brightening agents. That way, not only are you getting the benefits of the vitamin C, you're also counting on the benefits of the other ingredients to make sure you have a really power-packed formula. And this one is combined with a bunch of good ingredients, the first one being a high concentration of niacinamide. You guys know, I don't even have to say it. Niacinamide is an incredible ingredient for so many different reasons, but one of those reasons being it will help to fade hyperpigmentation within the skin. Niacinamide on its own isn't as strong as vitamin C, but in combination with vitamin C, they actually make a really dream duo and work together to be even more powerful than they are on their own. It also has turmeric extract, which is known for its brightening ability, alongside other great ingredients like propanediol, great for moisturizing the skin, hyaluronic acid, which is great for drawing water into your skin, a good soothing and anti-aging peptide complex, and good old ascorbic acid, but it's lower on the ingredient list, so you're not going to see it turn bad. I like this one because first, it's lightweight on the skin, it doesn't feel heavy, and I've used a lot of vitamin C products in the past where I'm like, this makes me a little bit of a grease factory. And this one doesn't do that. Those powerhouse ingredients help to brighten hyperpigmentation, which, like I said before, I always struggle with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It's a Korean skincare product, therefore I have to love it. I'm joking, but you guys know I love Korean skincare. And actually, Skin & Lab owns I'm From as well, which is another one of my favorite Korean skincare brands. So they have a good range, and best of all, it's affordable. And not only is it affordable, from April 5th until the 19th, 2021, this serum will be 30% off on their Amazon page, which is a really, really good deal that I highly recommend taking advantage of. If you want to get the product, you can follow the link in my description box below. So yeah, if you want to take advantage, make sure you get this product from the 5th until the 19th. And thank you so much, Skin & Lab, for sponsoring this video and for coming out with great products. So now, I know there are some people out there who say, Hyram, I do want to try a pure ascorbic acid product. Which one would you recommend? Vitamin C tends to be a little bit of a high maintenance ingredient. It's not the easiest thing to take care of, and I'll tell you what I mean. The most researched form of vitamin C is ascorbic acid, and the ascorbic acid has obviously so many benefits, but one of the downsides with ascorbic acid is that it is very sensitive to light and air, and it does have the tendency to go bad quickly, which is why I always say if you're using a product with pure ascorbic acid, you want to make sure you watch that product like a hawk. Ascorbic acid has the tendency to oxidize pretty quickly. Typically, you'll be able to see that by the formula turning brown or like a dark orangish color. That's a good sign that the ascorbic acid has gone bad. Now, is it the worst thing in the world if it goes bad? No, it's not. It just means some people can see sensitivity and irritation, which you obviously want to make sure you're paying attention to. But more often, then the formula is just not going to be as effective as it could be. And I mean, who wants to spend money on a product that's not going to work? So number one tip, if you are using vitamin C, make sure you pay attention to the color. And the best way you can do this is by making sure the product is in a good environment where it doesn't get too hot, where it doesn't see a lot of sunlight. When you're taking it out of the bottle, make sure it has the least amount of exposure to air as possible. Don't touch what's inside the bottle. If it's a dropper, don't touch the dropper itself. That'll help to preserve the formula as long as possible. And like I said before, even though it does have the potential to go bad quickly, there are some formats where you can find a more stable version with ingredients that help to protect it. For example, the Inky List 30% vitamin C. This one is actually in a silicone base, and contrary to popular belief, silicones can be great for the skin, but they can also be great for preserving ingredients like ascorbic acid. Now this one is strong. Let me just say that now. Not for the faint of heart. I actually know some people who have had sensitivity to this product, so be aware, but it is a pure form of ascorbic acid at 30%. So you're definitely getting your percentage in, and you are taking advantage of that ascorbic acid. And I do like it more because it helps with the stability problem, but be aware, it is strong and only for experienced vitamin C users. And then I know there's some people watching saying, Hyram, I know about vitamin C, what other brightening ingredients do you recommend? In addition to that, another tip I recommend is to make sure that you're maximizing the benefits of other ingredients as well. Like I said before with the Skin and Lab product, I love that one because it combines multiple brightening agents into one formula so you can take advantage of those. But what are some other ingredients I recommend? First up, of course, niacinamide. You can try it on its own, or you can try it in combination with other ingredients like in that Skin and Lab product, or you can even also try the Good Molecules Discoloration Serum. That one has a good blend of them as well. It doesn't have as many as the Skin Lab product, but it still, you know, has some good ones. There's tranexamic acid, which has great brightening effects. I've talked about two of my favorites before. One is the Topicals Faded Serum. That one has a great blend of, I think, niacinamide, tranexamic acid, azelaic acid, and licorice root extract, if I remember correctly. Great one. It has a bit of a thicker base, but honestly, every time I use it, I never notice excess oiliness. Or there's also the Inky List Tranexamic Acid Night Treatment. I love using that one overnight, and it's one of my favorite Inky List products. Or there's even more alternative ingredients. For example, tamanu oil, a natural oil that has some great brightening benefits. It doesn't have a ton of research around it. The research I've seen is really optimistic, and I've seen firsthand how well it works with the Great Barrier Relief Serum by Crave Beauty. I love that one for so many reasons, but a lot of people have seen a fade in their dark spots by using it because of the tamanu oil. There's also retinol, a powerful ingredient that fights so many types of damage within the skin. One of my favorites is the Shani Darden Retinol Serum. Amazing. It's a bit luxury, I know. It's like one of the most expensive products I recommend on my channel, but it's so freaking good. I love that one. So those are some ingredients you can look for either in combination with vitamin C or on their own. And then finally, I have to recommend, because no video of mine would be complete without this recommendation, if you're going to use vitamin C product where it is lifting the pigment out of specific spots on your skin and reducing that damage, you have to wear a sunscreen. My friend, it's important. Vitamin C is so critical, not only in preventing sun damage in general, which will cause so many more issues than I ever realized at first. If you're trying to get rid of those dark spots by using a vitamin C and you're not using a sunscreen, it's gonna make them worse. The dark spots are gonna become more pigmented and more noticeable. I cannot tell you how many people I've talked to where they've been using like a damage repairing or a brightening agent, and they're like, for some reason my spots are getting worse, and I'm like, why? Then they tell me that they're not using a sunscreen, and I'm like, bitch. That'd be why. You have to wear a sunscreen. But no worries, if you don't have a sunscreen, I have some recommendations. My favorite one I've been using recently is the Bliss Blockstar SPF 30. I love this one because it doesn't leave the skin shiny or greasy. It dries down matte. It's tinted, so it works for a lot of skin types. It's a great one. I love that one. Or there's also the Supergoop Mineral Sheer Screen SPF 30. This one is a recent favorite that I've been really enjoying. It packs a bit more hydration. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. This one isn't tinted. That was a struggle. And you want to make sure you really rub it into the skin to get rid of the white cast, but awesome product. But honestly, any sunscreen you prefer would be amazing. Just make sure you're wearing a sunscreen. If you don't wear a sunscreen, do not attempt to use vitamin C. Do not attempt to use these products, because it's just going to make it worse. And those are my thoughts on vitamin C and some recommendations. What do you guys think? What are your opinions of vitamin C? Comment section below. I would love to see your thoughts. If you have any products that you recommend, please let me know. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week.